I mentioned the other day in a video that Knight-Errant was an epic version of Turvold, and today's the day to prove it to you. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. How you doing this morning? We are talking about epic versions of amazing legendary champions today. And the first one that I want to highlight is Knight-Errant and Turvold, because these two champions are both ridiculously good in Hydra, and I think that they can be used in other areas of the game as well. We know that Turvold has seen a big uptick in Arena thanks to basically Sheep, because he hits really hard. And that got me thinking, okay, well, I definitely need to try to use him in Hydra then, and that's been a super fun, amazing journey, and it's been very powerful, okay? So here are my Turvold stats, right? We're not pulling punches. I'm not saying this is a free-to-play friendly build unless you've been playing for a few years, okay? And I think that the more you farm Sand Devil, the more you're going to be able to make builds like this. But lots of things go into this, right? He's empowered. I have faction guardians. I've been working on my Great Hall, okay? There are lots of factors that can make your champions better, but like maybe you have a higher blessing for him than I do, right? I only have 1 star. So there are other ways that your version of Turvold or whoever could be better than mine or bring you up to these stats. As you can see, I have a lot of pieces of gear now that are 6-star awakened because I push for that. I farm Sand Devil frequently, and I want the ability to ascend my gear because I see the power in it. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the team that I normally use Turvold in, and we're going to see how much damage he can do there, which is astounding. And then we're going to put my dude Knight-Errant in there, who, come on, Hell Hades, he's not trash, okay? Everybody go tag Hell Hades. I mean, don't pester. But Hell Hades has really been outspoken over the years on how bad this epic is. And I want to say before we jump in here, okay, he's not bad. His multipliers are great. But if you look at his base defense, it's scary. 672 is like a common. Okay, so Plarium, there's still time. We can still buff him and bring his base defense up to like 1,000. And that will actually make him very usable for a lot of players and not just, a very few. But anyway, I've always had it in my heart, a soft spot for this guy because he's super good, and the only thing that's holding him back is obviously he's a single target champion, but number 2, the biggest thing is that 672. Okay, so his total stats are not going to be as good, right? His base attack is way the heck lower than Turvold's, and obviously I used my best kind of gear on Turvold. But like you can see, I put an awful lot of effort in here to this build. He even has a 4-star blessing to help out. He can't be empowered, right? So 6,700 attack is actually pretty dang good for him, and 282 crit damage. You're going to notice in both builds, I do not have 100% crit rate. That's because I built the team around that. And I think that I need to do a video specifically talking about these types of buffs in Hydra. But let me know what you guys want to see in videos, and if you appreciate this sweet video, make sure you go hit the like button. That's how you tell YouTube that other people should watch this video. Alright, so we're going to be in hard Hydra because I already did normal, and I think a lot of you are working on hard, okay? So here are the 2 teams. The top one is the free-to-play friendly version of this, and the bottom one is my version, okay? So we're going to start off by showing the power of this team and what Turvold can actually do here. We're not going to finish the whole run, okay? So let's come in here and let's see this insane damage, all right? Let's put my money where my mouth is, all right? Now, we have the crit rate and increase attack buff. We're going to put that up, and then we're going to extend it. I like attacking this stupid guy over here first. Do I want to put up for the damage? I think I don't know. I don't remember. I need to get back in the mindset of this team. I've been focused on the Trunda team. So anyway, obviously this team has a lot of legendary. I get that, okay? Draco is another one. Maybe I need a dedicated video on him, but y'all should be using Draco in some Hydra action, okay? So, here is this ability. It damage is increased equal to the number of buffs. The reason why I started using Turvold was to utilize that cadaver team, okay? Now, let's see if we can just come in here and basically kill that head, okay? Which is absolutely incredible. All right, now we're going to put some damage here. And then we are going to basically get to a point where we can show off how much damage he can do on a decapitated head. But you saw what he can do on just, the normal head. He can just, chunk. And Draco's going to do some really good damage for you as well. So, if I put these buffs up on him, there's no decreased defense here, so this can go up higher. This can go up as high as 2 million damage per hit. Normally, your first hit is more and the second hit is less. Why with Turvold? I don't know. But Turvold has just this ability to do a giant pile of damage. Okay, you can see there he did over 1 million damage with his A1. We're getting splash damage from the Cursed set from Krisk. And Draco can do 1 million damage on his A1 as well. Okay, so let me see if I can get decreased defense and weaken here. But in this team, you want to keep up as many buffs as possible. Let's just kill this head. Even there, like 400,000, super good. Okay. And then here's the decreased defense and weaken. Turvold, I need you to get another turn. So let's boost the turn meter. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Let's see how much damage we do on the AoE, or on the ally attack, I mean. 28. So we did 6 million damage there, which is pretty incredible. And then over here, we'll basically just go do the same thing again. Now Turvold has his hit, okay? This is not the weakest of the heads. Obviously, Mischief is the weakest of the heads, so you'll do the most amount of damage there. Your single target damage dealers, whoever, you always want to target the Mischief head, especially when it's decapitated. So here is like the best case scenario, right? Holy crap. That was 4 million damage between the two hits. 2.2, 1.9, over 4 million damage from Turvold. And you can see we're already at an incredibly high, almost double the 1 key on normal, or I mean on hard, with this team, okay? However, I understand that not everyone is going to have these champions. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 void legendaries and then 2 hard to obtain normal legendaries. I get that. If you have this team, highly recommend, okay? But what I want to showcase here is what happens if I take out Turvold and I put in Knight-Errant. Because, okay, so do I have a free-to-play friendly version of this team? Yes. Am I going to show that to you? Also, yes. Is the gear much more relatable on this team? Again, also yes. However, whenever you start replacing champions in team, the more champions you replace, the further away from the damage you're going to get, most likely. Okay, sometimes maybe you'll find a secret weapon, or you'll find someone just as good, but most of the time the team works the way it does because of the way it's set up with the champions. It's now Knight-Errant I can replace Turvold with Knight-Errant here. You can also put Whisper in that spot. Anyone who's going to be a high target damage dealer, but as soon as you do that, as soon as you take Turvold out, then why are we running all of these champions, right? Of course, Terrace, he's going to benefit from all the extra buffs. Everybody's going to benefit from the ally attacks and the crit rate, crit damage, all the attack buffs. Everybody's going to benefit from that. However, Knight-Errant is not getting a buff for his damage based on the number of buffs that he has. That's the reason why this team composition is as it is. So then it's like, well, should I replace Lanicus with just another damage dealer then? You know, should I make this, that, or the other change? Okay. However, what we want to see is what's the actual damage comparison so that I can prove to you that this dude is outstanding. Okay. All right, let's just follow the same progression. Okay, let's follow the same progression that we did before. Means we're gonna hit here. We're gonna do defense and weaken, and we are going to smack using this. Okay, he can place weaken. That's not important. His damage is increased by 75% if he's at full HP. So he's going to work really well in a team with somebody that has passive healing, okay? Somebody like Scylla the Drakes to Honorok. There was a new accessible champion that has a heal every turn. Lady Mikage, I think. So lots of different champions, lots of different ways. Healers are going to be very good, and obviously he's going to be good healing himself. So anyway, his A2 also hits very hard. Unfortunately, on Hydra, we don't get resets. Like, it doesn't count that you're killing champions. Resets the cooldown. If the target is killed, doesn't count. Doesn't count. And then the A1 also hits hard, and he ignores 30% of the defense. So let's take a look at all of his abilities. But based on Turvold's hits here, we should be able to kill this hit. Boom. 764. Okay? On an actual head, 764. Not a decapitated head. Okay? So this is definitely on the level. Okay, there's the A1, 677. This is on the same level as Whisper, right? Now she's going to get extra turns. Her team setup is going to be different. All of those things, okay? But he is definitely a valid damage dealer in the right team setup, okay? In the right team. So what we want to do is keep the buffs up. Let's see his A2 in action. And you can see already now, maybe you can see, maybe is this behind me? Okay, you can see like he's already not at full HP because of the way Hydra works. Okay, so you need somebody with Miracle Heal who's restoring the max HP if you want the full potential out of him. Okay, so let's see that A2. There's no decreased defense here. Maybe I should wait on it, but I'm not going to. 710,000. So basically, we're just getting insane damage. Like, tell me what other champions on your account do as much damage as that. You can't. There are very few damage dealers who do as much damage as, and single target damage dealers, especially with Hex, are very, very good. Okay. Now obviously we're not at the same damage potential here. All right, here's the A1. Another 700k hit, which is crazy, which is absolutely crazy. And then when you're using the ally attack and stuff, then you're getting all of those hits again. Okay, so here's the decreased defense and weaken. I don't know, let's just do some damage and pop some heads. Terrace is amazing, use him. Okay. Don't really need to do that and this. Send all the buffs. A1 with decreased defense. 1,000,000 damage on the A1. What champions can actually do that? You tell me. You tell me what damage can do A1 million hits. It's that there's so few. There's so few. I need to make an updated guide on Hydra damage dealers because I don't think that most people know. Here's Draco, a 1.1 million. And yes, this is hard Hydra, but a lot of endgame players are not getting the damage like this out of their champions. Here's the A2. We're gonna try to not weak. 861k. 861. So this guy is legit. Like Terrace here. Here's doing 1.3. Terrace. Okay, Draco doing 1.2. So they're in this team specifically, we're showing off Draco, Terrace, Knight-Errant, Turvold, all kinds of champions you may not know. Let's hit end here and see the damage split. You can see Terrace doing 11 million, and then Knight-Errant is doing the same amount as Draco, okay? And I don't know, I think that that would be on par for most of the fight, because Draco, if you have, I think you need 4 debuffs for him to do 1,000,000 damage, but it might be 5. It's either 4 or 5 debuffs on a decapitated head, and Draco will do 1,000,000 hits on the A1, okay? And then if you put somebody like Knight-Errant in there, that's going to be amazing as well. I think that it can be Baron also in that spot, but I haven't built or tested that. That's going to be for another day. Last but not least, let's talk about this free-to-play friendly version of the team and see some of the first turns in action here. Okay, now we're downgrading all of the spots here. All right, we're downgrading all of the spots. We no longer have weaken. We no longer have the like cleanse and stuff on Cardial and his healing. We have a whole spot in here for Hex, and I have Akamtum in Provoke because it's not going to be enough damage. And then obviously we have the Knight-Errant. Now, would I run Knight-Errant in this team? I'll be honest, probably not. But you can see here that we're still going to do a decent amount of damage. Not going to be the same, but it's going to be decent. And I have block buffs in here with Ugo. So that's going to help out as well. In the other team, we don't really need block buffs because we're doing all the okay. So let's get the Hex up here. And then let's see the power of Dudan cleansing all of the things, okay? Let's come over here and see what he can do, okay? See, he's not at full HP right now. I don't think that this counts. I don't know if you can see. It's like so hard to see, but it looks like almost a full bar. Maybe I should have tried to cleanse with Ugo. Anyway, let's go see. He did 364, and it looked like he placed the weaken before the hit, which is interesting. No, see, I don't know. I don't understand why Knight-Errant is losing max HP like this. Somebody explain it to me. I was supposed to target over here for the provoke. I didn't do that, okay? We're trying to kill a head as quickly as possible here, because what we want to do is we want the damage from our single target damage. So I don't know, let's just A1 here, I guess, and put the decreased defense back up. That was nice. Farrakhan attacked over there and put decreased defense up. Let's see if we can provoke him. Didn't get it. Okay, but that cleanse on Dudan, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, let's go over here, I guess. Get the provoke. I guess we don't really need it. He used both of his abilities. Keep targeting here until we can get Hex back up over here. I don't want just like random stuff happening. Let's just go with the A2 here. Okay, 144k. This is on par with other damage dealers, and I think that it's just very strong. I think maybe this is not an ideal team because I'm not using any legendaries here for you guys. It's all epics, but all of these epics are very, very good. I did have Inquisitor Shamail in here. I was testing him in Acomtum's spot. I would also love to get increased attack in here in some way. That's another reason why Knight-Errant is not doing as much damage, is because we don't have increased attack. But I don't want to go through the same, like, I don't want to go through the whole run because the video is already pretty long. Here's the A1. We're still doing a reasonable amount of damage, and I think that hopefully you can see what his potential is. And I would love for you guys to tell me who your secret damage dealers are as well. I think most players should be trying to build Madman. He's been incredibly good so far from my testing. Okay, we got the Hex. But yes. Let's ally attack here. I feel like, oh, Madman. Everybody should be building a Madman if you have him. Okay, let's A1. 440, okay? Like, what kind of damage are you getting out of your damage deal? It can't be that much. I don't believe it. Like, it's turn count 20 and we're at 5 million with all epics in a less than ideal team setup. You know, because I needed to keep Farrakhan in there because he's built with 70% crit rate. Let's see. I really want decreased defense on a stub of a head, but first we're going to have to free him. All right, we're trying. Okay, there's the decreased defense. This up. We didn't get it. Okay. Let's see here. I think we can free him. But, like, he's the one that's doing the majority of the damage here. We have the Hex damage from Acomtum. And we have, you know, with Knight-Errant. That's the things that are happening in this team, right? Let me see if I can get a good hit, and then we'll wrap up the video. But let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Again, what are your secret damage dealers? Oh, we got Hex on the stub. There's the decreased defense. This is going well. Lens, perfect. Ally attack. He did 365,000 on his A1. Here's another one. 419. And did we get the weaken in there? No, this is with no weaken. I already used Lydia, and I wanted to use all epics. So no Lydia in this game. He would be bringing increased speed, obviously decreased defense and weaken, all of those things. Let's see right here. Like, Acomtum is doing a reasonable amount of damage as well. Are you going to get another turn? No, he's just a little bit too. So we don't have anybody who's like boosting our damage. I mean, excuse me, boosting our speed. All right, let's see that big hit. 172. Oh, because he's not at full HP. So we would definitely need to find a way to keep him at full HP to get that huge damage boost like we were seeing on the other team. And maybe that's just a shield. That's all we need is Dudan's shield on him. So either way, I hope you have seen here. See, like, maybe Ugo, maybe this is not the Ugo with Miracle Heal. Maybe I put the wrong Ugo in the team. That shield does not bring him up to full HP either. So I think if you're going to use him, you need some way to top him off. Let's do the A2 here. 230,000. Okay, in this free-to-play team, he's still doing a lot of damage. Okay, let me end the fight here because we need to wrap up the video. It's already gotten kind of long. You can see Acomtum doing 4 million damage thanks to the Hex, and then Knight-Errant doing 3 million, right? Now, could you put in this team Could you put Artak and do a lot of damage? Absolutely. I think Artak is one of the best damage dealers for hard Hydra. You can just keep him alive and, you know, have a good team composition. A lot of times he can get you there as well. But this is another option. And the better champions you pair with a champion like Knight-Errant, the better he's going to be. Like if all of a sudden we have, you know, Lydia and Mithrala in here, you're going to see a big damage boost to Knight-Errant like you did in my other team. Okay, remember, he was doing million hits. I don't want to accidentally hit the wrong button. In this team here, he was hitting for 1,000,000 damage on all 3 of his abilities. So the better champions you pair with him, the better damage he's going to. I'm going to go do this for my hard Hydra run. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.